How did you use new media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? Throughout this media project, we used a variety of new technologies to help us with research, planning, constructing and evaluating our products. For the majority of the project, we used contemporary media as we found it easier and more relevant. From AS, we knew how to use most of the technology such as iMovie and Blogger. However, we created our ancillary text with technology that neither of us had used before. We therefore adapted our skills and produced the media text successfully. Research. From the beginning of the project, we spoke about what sort of trailer and narrative we wanted to do and what effect we wanted it to have on the audience. Once we had decided on the genre social realism, we used YouTube to research the typical conventions of a social realism trailer as well as generic film trailers. We also used the website IMDb to research into different films and to look at differing narratives. As well as looking at film trailers, we looked at music videos for inspiration. At the beginning of planning our basic trailer, we decided that we wanted our product to be in black and white, therefore looking at music videos such as Ed Sheeran's A-Team and Give Me Love. Whilst looking at these videos, we noticed that it was similar to our narrative that we had planned, and we therefore took inspiration from it. We especially liked the involvement of Angel Station, as it would show binary opposition with our main character. As we wanted to incorporate flashbacks into our film trailer, we used YouTube to research how we could create the effect to make it as realistic as possible. However, the video tutorial that we found was for Final Cut Pro, which is an alternative version of iMovie, which we didn't use for our film trailer. We still took ideas, however, and were able to incorporate the flashbacks effectively. We used the iMovie effect romantic and then changed the saturation so that it was obvious to the audience which shots were the younger Mandy in the flashbacks and the older Mandy in black and white. We also looked into generic films which included flashbacks. Some examples include The Butterfly Effect, Titanic, and Memento. Despite having different narratives, they all clearly showed flashbacks in differing ways. Another idea was to introduce Mandy being schizophrenic, as we thought it would improve the narrative and give more character to Mandy. We researched into the mental illness online via websites such as the NHS. The website told us the basics of the mental health condition and how it can affect someone. We then created a schizophrenia mood video via iMovie to represent our online research. Another advanced piece of new technology used was the creation of GIFs that we used for the research. The majority of them were used to show characters from film trailers and music videos, which were relevant to our narrative. They included Rihanna in the music video We Found Love and Effie from the TV series Skins. We used an online website to create the GIFs, which turned out to be simple and effective. With regard to the genre, we created a Prezi to show different theorists and what their views were with specific genres. Some of the theorists that we looked at include Steve Neal, Caroline Miller, and Jacques Derrida. The Prezi enabled us to present the information in a clear and interactive way, which is also easy to navigate. As well as genres, we researched into narrative theories and made a video on iMovie to present our findings. We created the video using Play-Doh as we thought it was interesting and a unique way to represent research. The theorists involved Levi-Strauss, Todorov, and Barthes. Most importantly, with regards to research, we ensured that the target audience research was detailed and thorough, as we knew that our film trailer would be appealing to them. As said in the third evaluation question, our target audience was aimed at teenagers and young adults due to the protagonist being a teenager, but also parents because of the emotional narrative. We created videos and voting polls to allow the target group to give as much feedback as possible and to have the biggest possible impact on our film trailer. Once we had thought of our narrative and what content we were going to put into our film trailer, we did some research on what age classification we would give our trailer. We knew that if we gave it a too high rating, it would limit our audience. However, if we gave it too low, then it would be inappropriate for some ages. We therefore went on the British Board of Film Classification website and researched into the film ratings. We concluded that our film trailer classification would be 15. At the same time, we wanted to decide on a name for our film trailer. We felt that this name was crucial as it would reflect our trailer, poster and website. We showed our target audience a bubble map that we had created of all the possible names that we'd thought of and asked for their feedback. An important aspect of research that we did for our project was clothes inspiration and ideas. We used the website We Heart It to look for different designs that would coincide with our theme and genre for our character. We typed into the search bar grunge and social realism, as this gave us the best possible clothing combinations for Mandy. Planning. The main element of planning our media trailer was creating and producing our storyboard. For our first draft, we decided to use an A2 piece of paper and create flashcards with the different cuts on them. We then stuck them down on the A2 paper and took pictures within the iPhone of all different pictures and descriptions. We uploaded the pictures onto the iMacs and imported them into iMovie, where we made a video of our storyboard. We introduced a voiceover to enable the audience to know what was happening in each cut. For our final storyboard, we drew out all the pictures from our film trailer, imported them into the iMacs, and then typed in and described the description. When planning our ancillary text, we used a variety of new technologies via the internet to research into previous posters and websites. Some of the examples that we looked at included The Hunger Games, 12 Years a Slave, and About Time. Despite none of them being social realism films, we wanted to identify the simple codes and conventions of film posters and websites, and then research further into our specific genre. We noticed that there was a constant theme throughout both the poster and website, which we felt we needed to do as it would give our media package a unique identity. Within creating a website, we used the site Wix, which no group members had used before. However, some of us had experience with creating websites before when doing AS IT level, so we knew simple conventions and basic skills of creating a website. Within the website, we included SoundCloud to display the soundtrack and for it to play on the website. We embedded the file so that we could locate it onto the website easily. For the poster, we used both Microsoft PowerPoint and Photoshop for both the initial designs and the final draft. Constructing. When creating our film trailer, we used Apple software as we thought it was very reliable and it would produce good quality. We used an iPhone 5S, which was very reliable and was able to store all of our raw footage until we uploaded it onto the iMacs into iMovie. We then edited and amended different shots, enabling the narrative to improve and enhance. In iMovie, we used different effects such as reverse, slow motion, romantic effect, black and white, and differing saturations. For constructing our music, we use the application GarageBand. GarageBand is notoriously known to be a successful music application which allows you to create, merge, and edit sounds in one program. After recording Ambi Brattain play her composed piece of music for our film trailer, we changed the sound file into MP3 and imported it into GarageBand. We then merged the soundtrack with the voiceovers of Violet Manser,
Once upon a time there lived a little girl named Mummy and Daddy.
Ollie Dickens, and Rob Burton.
Shut up! You think you're doing?
Evaluating. For evaluating our media products, we used iMovie the majority of the time and Microsoft PowerPoint to create the scripts for the evaluation questions. Within iMovie, we used the voiceover option to repeat the script and import it on top of the footage. We used a series of images from Google Images which were relevant to specific pieces of the evaluation question, and also used QuickTime Player to record the screen. We did this so that we could include specific areas of research or areas on a blog onto the video. For example, the storyboard, first draft, and target audience research. Social networking sites. As a group, we used a variety of social networking sites to produce and promote our media products to a wider audience. We created a YouTube channel so that we could present all of the videos that we'd created over time throughout our project. These included target audience research, our first draft, and schizophrenia mood board. The use of Twitter was very helpful as we were able to share links, tweets, and hashtags related to our media product in order to reach out to a relevant media field and widen our target audience. We updated the Twitter feed on a regular basis. We also used Facebook and Instagram to share images and ideas that we had for our media product, again enabling us to broaden our target audience and to receive relevant feedback.